Welcome.
I completely forgot that we ranked this the first episode. This is from Viewpoint.
Oh, I don't think I was on that.
Yeah, it was this kind of isometric shmup that has a really good soundtrack, although the gameplay itself is kind of meh.
Okay.
As I refer, it was one of the... What about the handful of shmups that were on the Neo Geo? I think we're definitely live. Reminds me, I need to get the donation, not domain name renewed.
Yeah, right.
Got the notification for that. I can make sure that everything. Okay. Yep.
Yep,
Yep. Yes, my very long stream title is definitely in there. Oop, and now everything's loading. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so, hello. We got a new episode of Ranked Shmups tonight. This theme, also, hello Rafferty. Theme for tonight's episode is World War II-ish kind of shmups.
Weird War.
Yeah, pretty much. These are a lot of these, like some of these are legitimately set in World War II, but not all of them. Some have been kind of have some not. It's very similar, but not quite. Actually, let me actually load up the first game, which should kind of show that. So it'll kind of be natural if we're talking about World War II shmups for this franchise to kind of start it off. Well.
Oh.
So, this. Get a ranking to start off with. Okay. But this, it's a Capcom game. But it's definitely a Capcom game. Yeah, which probably means it's one thing. This is 19XX. So, last time we took a look at a game in this franchise was 1941. And for some reason, the sequel to that is 19XX. Which is similar, but what we'll kind of see. But yeah, this is 19XX, the War Against Destiny. It kind of, I think this is, I don't think it's meant to be specifically a World War-ish kind of thing, but I think it's trying to be like have some future elements. Well, which as you see, this story is fictional. Yeah, it's fictional, but as we'll see, we got 3 ships we can pick from: the Sinden, the Lightning, or the Mosquito.
Let's go. What do you know?
I normally go with Mosquito, and by normally I mean from the 3 times I've played this.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Let's go Mosquito.
So yeah, first target right off the bat is Diayako, which is a common target in the at least in 1943. I think that showed up a couple times. Okay, so and I probably should have taken a look at 1941 again just to kind of refresh myself, but it seems like this one they kind of made a little bit more simple because it is a you have 1 hit and you die life system compared to the health bars of the previous ones. So they're trying to really go back to like 1942, which isn't that I kind of like the whole fuel thing of the previous like 1940 games, but this does make it play like it makes it one less thing that to think about, because a lot of the ones like they made it so that you would like your fuel would gradually decrease, so it wasn't a traditional health system. Whereas this just makes it so it's more traditional and kind of just focused on gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, you can kind of see one of the things they added. So if I hold down this charge thing, it kind of launches a beacon onto the plane, which will basically give me a marker, or so that whenever I shoot, I will shoot homing missiles.
Yeah, that's neat, actually.
Yeah. Also, you get this game very much, as we even saw from the ranking, it's very much a score-based kind of thing. Which, okay. Right, man.
Well, of course. They don't... Japan doesn't want to talk about World War II.
Even though they're the ones who made, like, 1942, 1943, 1941.
Well, okay, they don't want to talk about their front.
They got sick of talking. They're like, we don't want to make one. We don't want to bother with it. Well, it's like we're not in a fictional war, although we're kind of on our map, which kind of almost looks a little bit like Earth. Kind of apparently we're in like right by Egypt or something. Like at least that's what I thought looking at the map. I'll take a look when we get to the map screen again. Okay, so yeah, there. I finally actually died. So yeah, you just drop your ship. Or you drop your drop a power up similar to the one you had. And I do believe that actually each ship, by default, will when you die drop a particular power up. And this one had the Mosquito specializes in this shot, which is probably better than the laser we had, although it seemed like the laser that I had was pretty powerful.
Thanks, sir.
Oh, which also that... oh yeah, thank you for the host. It does seem like the
beacon thing is...
Yeah, it focuses... it will only kind of hit on bigger enemies. Because it seems like it acts as a normal shot. Like it acts like a piercing shot. One thing, though, that I actually haven't shown off. We do have a bomb.
Good.
And it's just it's a standard bomb, pretty much.
So screen clearing standard or just big?
I think it is. I don't think it's total screen clearing, but Oh yeah, that's right. I just noticed something. Let me try doing a bomb again. Okay, so you can charge up the bomb. I remember that this had... Okay, so if you hold it down, like all the way, you get this huge bomb.
Ah, I see.
So, basically the payoff there is, you can't shoot while you're doing that. So you're kind of defenseless. But you can just let go at any time and it will give you a stronger bomb depending upon when you let go.
Huge.
which is kind of neat. Also, I hate the fact that this ship seems to be making the lightsaber noise. Let's try lightning. Also, I probably should. Damn it. Let's see if. Yep. See, that's the kind of thing with waiting with the bomb. If I can get. Okay, it looks like the bomb is fairly similar.
Do the power-ups have levels to them, or are they just standard?
I think it might be like there's a couple levels. Oh, we didn't get good enough shot. Yeah, I don't think it's a huge. I don't think it's a huge branch, but it is. It might be there, which is basic but not terrible. Like having only a handful of power-ups isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I do believe, because one thing I noticed when dicking around with the dip switch, like the options menu, that rank will actually, if you get to certain ranks, that is how you extend.
Ah, okay.
So like I think by default, if you get to rank 10, you will get an extra life. So yeah, this seems like we are in Africa now.
Yeah, we're in Central Africa. I don't know what actual country we're in the area of, but...
You know what this game is kind of reminding me of, even though it would have been a lot more blatant if it had the health bar system. This kind of feels like a top-down UN Squadron.
Yeah. I guess my biggest issue with it is it doesn't feel like it's all that special.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like it does very well.
Yeah, it's not like this is bad or it's just we've seen so many games at this point. It's just like,
and the fact that it kind of went to went more back to basics kind of helped, I think, a little bit. Like, I mean, I think that's something because I think like they started to get a little bit more complicated than it probably needed to.
Right.
But I think maybe it went a little bit too far.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Because yeah, this is 96 that this game came out, so think about the different shmups that came around that time. Yeah, this is very basic. Though then again, if you think about 1996 shmups, that's also the year that Battle Galaga came out and how complicated that was. This seems to be almost like, yeah, complete opposite end of that spectrum where it's like, okay, you can have mechanics that, way too many mechanics that can almost hinder the game, or you can just be incredibly basic. Yeah, and I'm not really feeling a whole lot of difference between these ships.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Because it's like they don't have like different bombs. I don't really understand what because with the whole each thing having a special weapon, it's not immediately apparent what exactly that does.
They don't move or feel like they have any real difference. Like this doesn't feel any like slower or faster than the other one, right?
Yeah, like especially since speed is speed is one of the things they like say.
Yeah.
And like one of them is like speed all the way up, and I think it's this one.
Yeah, that's what.
Which it feels a little bit faster, but not nearly enough to like, oh, this is like majorly different. So you might Okay, so it does look like there is some ranking or some upgrading.
Well, I'm not sure if that's just this. Okay, yeah.
Because now I have two. My laser shoots two blasts instead of just one.
Interesting boss design, though.
Yeah, the boss design's really good. Also, one thing the bomb does seem to be do really well is that it immediately will destroy any bullets.
Yeah.
So it's a very good evasive maneuver. But again, okay, I think we've seen enough of those.
Yeah, we've seen enough of this.
Okay, so yeah, that's 19XX War Against Destiny. All right. Yeah, it's kind of like the other 1948 games. It's serviceable.
High green, low blue, honestly.
Let's take a look to see. Let's see. Okay, so 1941
is.
I'm trying to think. I think 1941's the highest of the franchise. Yeah, because there's no way no.
I mean, I only play this more than.
Because from what I remember of 1941, I think that also having a very similar kind of thing. It was a little bit more intricate, but again, it just seemed kind of meh. Like I really like. I would almost put them like in the same kind of in the similar slot. Like they're good. Like I put them above Battle Back Raid. I'd much rather play that or play this than that. And whether over and. I kind of think.
Blaze again was that?
Ladrius Blade was the game that it was the PC
anime one.
Well, there's a lot of anime ones from that.
I mean,
it was
that the one that we were like, okay, this is serviceable. Now you can turn off the CGs.
Yes, that was that one. It was the Shame Break one.
Okay, yeah. So, I'd probably put it around that same kind of area then.
Yeah, because I'd put Galga Arrangement above 19XX. So it is either going above or below 1941.
Yeah, and I feel like they're about the same because I mean I personally just like a bit more complicated mechanics than what 19XX is giving, but that's a personal thing.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, so in that case, yeah, I'll put it below 1941. But still, it's 80. That's not bad. Two. Salt. Published by Capcom. Arcade in 1996. Okie doke. So in that case, let's load up the next game. We're going to actually be doing a little bit of counting. Because our next game is up. Oh, don't want the main. Go. Capcom game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not playing as a zero.
So this is 1944, the Loop Master. By the way, you kind of shot there for a second, but take a look at the credits for this. And you will see a name we have not seen in a while.
Rising.
Yeah, so this is right around the time that Daimahu was coming out, and Capcom was basically giving out, okay, we'll support you making these games. This was one of them. So 2000 was also when Daimahu came out, so they also gave the 40 franchise to Rising. You will actually, and that is something that will be kind of surprising when we actually get into the game itself.
Alright.
Also, one thing I'll note, this game is actually kind of really weirdly widescreen for a game of this era. Because if you remember Daimahu, that was very much an arcade, narrow, vertical shooter. And this very much is not. It isn't even wider than, like, 4x3. But, so, some things we can kind of notice. One, the health bar system is back. And it is a static health bar. It is not a falling one. So that's nice. And we got these little medals to pick up. And we have little side things. Even though this is a Rising game, it's not like anything weird like the Garaga ones where you can like get it to do all sorts of weird stuff. Although speaking of weird stuff, here's what happens when you do have a charge mechanic that when you hit max, you have this really weird attack in which you kind of go into the sea, like go into the sky and like do a downward attack. That looks really weird. And we do have a traditional bomb though.
Good, we call it a fucking air raid.
Yep.
So are we gonna see some traditional like crazy Rising power-ups at least, or?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the weird thing. This is very standard, especially for the era. Like, not nearly as bad as, say, the last game, 19XX.
Right.
So the music is kind of weird. I wonder if this was done by like the team that normally, like at Rising, because they definitely had multiple teams. Like they had the team that works.
Done by a B team just to make some extra cash.
Yeah, because I have a feeling it's like done by the same team. Because the team, I think, for the most part, like Bloody Roar 2 would have come out about this time, and the team, I bet you this is done by the team that did Bloody Roar 2. What? Yeah, kind of like that.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, goddamn. Okay. Oh, whoa.
Deal.
Also, yeah, I'm still using the shield. Now, one thing I did know, like underneath my bombs, I have this 4 thing. I believe that is because my side things can get shot down. Like they have their own hitbox. I don't think it's a huge one, but it definitely exists. And I believe that thing basically means if one gets shot down, it will instantly get replaced, or very quickly get replaced by another one. Which, yeah, right there, one of them got destroyed. So that's kind of neat. At least if they're going to have them so that they can die, at least make it so that they can come back. Probably should do this.
Okay, at least we still have the charge done.
Yep, so basically you can use the charge, basically once that overheat thing goes away, you can use it again.
Right.
Oop.
Never scammed.
Yep. So that was something that's something I never did it in the previous games, but that's definitely something that can happen. Where it, if you timer scam, it will you'll get less points.
Right.
So it's not like you have to do the level over again. It's just you get less points, which, okay.
Yeah. I'm glad you get the replacements fairly fast with the with your side shots, but I don't like the fact that they can just die.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Also, health pickups seem to be very sparse, which basically, essentially, your PAL bar is basically a life meter. That is kind of, which I mean, that's kind of depending on how things do it. That's kind of what life meters are. But yeah,
it definitely feels kind of quarter-munchy.
It definitely does. Because here's the thing, it doesn't feel like Rising worked on this. It doesn't feel like a Rising game. Here's the other thing, it doesn't feel like a Capcom game either.
Well, it literally looked like it was a hybrid team up, so it probably is just that it has elements of both.
Yeah. I bet you if you go look up what the credits for this game are, I bet you can find some overlap with the fighting game team for Rising.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Because I know Bloody Roar 1 shared a lot of the teams that with like Batrider and Garago. Like they shared some of the same people. Up to I think even Manabu Namiki I think worked on the soundtrack for the first Bloody Roar. Right. But I think after that is when they started to get a different like a different team altogether. Okay. I think that's probably, we've seen enough. Also, I kind of want to see what happens. Oh. That could have been a lot better.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better. I'd probably put in the same spot as the other game.
I would probably put that actually. I would actually put it a little bit lower because it definitely doesn't feel. It doesn't. Something about it feels off. Like in it. It's kind of the same feeling that like we had when playing like Vasera or like that Dodonpachi 2. Like it doesn't. It feels like it's a different style of. Oh. Thank you, Team Spock, for following.
Thank you, but I was saying in the same general like area more than.
Yeah, because I would. Although actually. Would I rather play Battle Back Raid over that? I don't know, actually. Yeah, maybe I'd put it above Battle Back Raid, but I'd probably put it under Caladrius Blaze. Because that one just felt better. That's in my opinion.
Yeah.
In that case, currently. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's basically at some point because a lot of these games they're good, but the differences between them start to kind of diminish.
Yeah.
as we
that's a
start
lot of
playing
the-
more of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of the problem I'm starting to have now. Is like, okay, this is good. This is not a bad game. It's just we've seen so many of them.
So yeah, that kind of makes it a little hard to sometimes rank these. Rising into my Capcom 2000. So we are actually yes, we are going to next game. With that being 1944. And it is kind of surprising that we've not gotten to this franchise until now. But this... also, I think I might need to increase the volume a little bit. Remember which one is the button I need to hit. There is quite a bit of personal preference in this. I'll fully admit that. But I'll fully admit that there's personal preference in there. Although when you kind of play a lot of them, and you can kind of see when sometimes when they don't kind of maybe not put the effort into it is not quite the right term. But there's definitely kind of
pan out.
Yeah. Also, it's funny, speaking of how games blending together, I think that is actually perfect for this game that we're going to be playing right now. So this is a Psycho game. So the same people from the games we've ranked, we've done. Dragon Blaze was done by them. Samurai Aces. This is Strikers 1945. So if you remember the pedigree of Psycho, basically they're former video systems developers that used to work on, say, Aero Fighters. So we might see that in some here. So we have a choice of 6 ships. So we have the Shinden, the Zero, BF Spitfire, P-38, P-51. Let's be a Zero. Just for giggles. Okay, so... tell me if you've seen this formula of Schwab before.
I mean, yes, but... oh god, this looks really generic.
Well, it's not so much generic as it is... Psycho essentially put out the same game 8 times. Like, if you go back and look at Samurai Aces, if you go back and look at Dragon Blaze, if you look at... I can't remember even if we did any other ones of them. But they definitely have a style of game. And there's like even another game that we haven't taken a look at. I was actually planning on taking a look at it at some point. But that... kind of, I think I had to move or swap something else out. But Gunbird is another game that was made by them that plays almost identically to this. Where basically you have a choice of like 6 or 7 ships, all of which are essentially the same thing. Or not all the same thing, but they have some sort of, they have a little bit of mixture, but still, like even that I think came straight out of Samurai Aces.
Yeah.
Rising definitely used some of the same mechanics, but at least the differences between like Battle Garaga and Bat Rider.
A matter of style. Like, I'll never.
They have a
battle
and also
Garaga.
yeah, and also the difference the kind of the evolution of that one, it evolved from the game to game, and they kind of felt like they learned a little bit of lessons, although you can argue about Battle Back Raid. But yeah, all these just feel the same. Like, not even like the games that Psycho developed. Like, it feels like these feel like Aero Fighters. Like Psycho was making the same game even before they like started developing games. Because like Aero Fighters 1, 2, and 3 kind of all feel very similar. Oh. Also, I think if I bump into something, I will have a power down, which kind of sucks.
Great.
Yeah, Mahou Daseisen games are fantastic. I mean, there's a reason why almost all of them are within the, like, I think all of them are within the top 20. With two of them, the first two being within the top 10. Like, yeah, it's just like, it feels like I've just played this before.
Yeah. And like, I really like the only place I can really think of is just put this where the other games are, but like kind of slightly lower for the fact that it just doesn't feel any different.
No tile plan, because we actually haven't looked at a whole lot of tile plan game. I think I'm actually just gonna rank this here. No, we haven't done much tile plan. Because I think we've only done Zero Wing and also, let's see, we've done Zero Wing and Batsugun. I think Zero Wing is actually relatively high-ish, I think.
I think it was green at last look. Yeah, there it is. It's lower green.
Up Zero Wing, yeah, right here. It's 151, so it's kind of lower-ish, but, and I think Batsugun, oh, where's Batsugun? I think it was higher. I know we ranked it. I don't think it was. Oh, I don't think we were that impressed by it. But I think. Oh god. What the heck is Batsugun? It's gonna annoy me if I don't find it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you could just give him the list. That would work too. Oh, not Patsy. Oh, yeah, run 29. So within like yeah, 129.
That's not bad.
No, I mean it's okay. Batsugun we only took a look at the arcade. I think yeah, Batsugun we only took a look at the arcade version. And Zero Wing we looked at the Mega Drive version just because, you know, all your base. Because yeah, here's the top 10 right here. Yeah, there's Radiant Silvergun and Ikaruga definitely are high up. Success, I don't think. Let's see, we did Sand Vein, which I know it's kind of a weird one from them. That's 40. Were they Cotton? Oh. Yes, I think we've done more than just. Oh, no, we only looked at the normal version. Because we want to take a look at that, because that was in an episode in which we were looking at kind of the history of bullet hells. And you kind of can't look at bullet hell without taking a look at Batsugun, at least the basic edition. And yeah, I think I was just kind of looking here to see if there was some other ones ranked. Yeah, but anyway, let's see, 1940 Strikers, 1945. Let's see. Where do we put? other Psycho games. Okay, so Samurai Aces is kind of that one that I feel kind of feels similar. Let's see. 75. So it's kind of actually in the same, like, there's 1941s right there. So, put Aero Fighters 2, and there's Aero Fighters 1. Aero Fighters 2 is right there. If we put Dragon Blaze... Okay, there's Sengoku Blade. I think Dragon Blaze might have been lower. Oh yeah, it was lower because it got kind of bullet spammy.
Yeah.
Dragon Blaze is right there.
I mean, I don't really know where to put it, honestly, because I feel like it's probably better than Dragon Blaze, but
Also, one
like,
thing that if we're kind of thinking in the same way that that got Mushi Mushi Pork all the way at the bottom, one really stupid thing that this game does that Psycho never did in another game, thankfully, was if you beat the game, I believe it's 2 loops, without using a quarter, you get a stupid pinup picture that really makes 0 sense and kind of feels really cheap.
But
like they're actually, you probably, I would actually say you should probably look it up just to see how ridiculously out of place they kind of feel. Like they're actually they're a bit lewder than you'd kind of expect for something of this.
It's 1945. What's the
Strikers 1945. If you look at the endings, you will find it. VG Museum, I definitely know has them. But yeah, I felt like I should mention that because that is a really weird point of trivia. But yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a bit racier than you'd kind of expect.
Yeah, but I don't know if it. Unlike Mushi Mushi Pork, it's just this isn't like.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like it is just a dumb mechanic. It is kind of a dumb thing that's kind of.
You have to go out of your way to get in.
Like, I think it should be docked a point or two or a rank or two for that.
To stop.
But yeah, to be honest, I kind of feel like it belongs near Donpachi.
Yeah, that feels about right.
So. Let's see. So that was 96, I believe. 96. Strikers. 45. If I can spell. 42. Hurt. Hopefully this Psycho, which was also. That was 1995. Okay. So then let's take a look at. Next game. Good, lost connection. Go. So we did 1944 and 1945. So let's do this. Another Psycho game.
Do we have any other pinups in this one?
No, they stopped. They didn't. Well, if you consider Samurai Aces episode 2, whatever that subtitle was, that is about as much as they got.
Okay, I guess. Sure. I guess Mushi Mushi Pork has set such a low bar.
I just more said the fact that because the whole fan servicey nature of that got it docked. And more thinking, I'm like, that is just one thing that I remembered. I'm like, oh yeah, there's no stupid pinups. But yeah, this is Strikers 1945 too. Because yeah, there was so I was kind of thinking of doing a thing where I went through 1940. Also, I was going to take a look at 1943 Kai, which was an upgraded edition of 1943. But as I played it, it felt like exactly the same game with some very minor changes, like not enough to warrant looking at it. It had hotshots, but it also, one, you can turn it off, and two, the gameplay felt pretty standard. Like, or not standard, it felt pretty solid.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, this is 1940, Strikers 1945 too. Let's just go ahead and start. Also admire this Microsoft Office clip art, and naturally we can there is only one ship we can play as.
Yes, Pancake.
Flying Pancake.
I mean,
So go figure.
It sounds better at least.
God damn it. So I haven't quite fully understood how that little meter at the bottom, but we have this meter. And basically, if we hold down and charge, we get a special attack, which built up over time. Also, in addition to a bomb. And yeah, it's so if Strikers 1945 kind of Strikers 1945 kind of felt a little bit too much like Samurai Aces and kind of Aero Fighters, this feels a lot like Dragon Blaze did.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like it's trying to do some sort of bullet hell-ish kind of pattern. It just kind of doesn't have the same kind of panache. Goliath. Like, now that I've built up this meter, oh, okay. So, and also for some reason that didn't take up the entire charge, or like the entire meter.
Again, the boss signs are still interesting, just...
The boss signs are interesting, except... Damn it, had to sneeze.
This boss is too much health.
Yeah. Like, I'd say this is probably a better game than 1945, but...
Yeah, it is. But it's just... Yeah.
Okay.
We got the standard 6 games for tonight, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're kind of burning through them a little quickly. Yeah, so that's Strikers 1945.
I'd say it's better than Strikers 1. But that's about it, really.
Okay, let's see what it's about. I know it's just... Yeah, I'd put that one probably below Dononpachi.
Yeah.
I don't know if finishing the shmups is the issue, is me getting done with the shmups too quickly is probably the problem.
Yeah, we reached the point where it's like, we have seen everything interesting this game has to offer.
Like, I have zero interest in, like, okay, I'm defeating World War II-ish kind of things. Arcade. Also, I completely forgot when to check to see when that game came out. $1997. All right, so if that was Strikers 1945 too, which if you're an idiot would call Strikers 1946. We did rank Cinemora high, except the problem is we've already ranked it, so I don't need to rank it again.
Cinemora is going. It gets a pass for the time mechanics, and we're gonna brutalize your soul.
There is no. I have no issues with World War II shmups. My issue is with generic shmups, which we've taken a look at. I don't even know. Really shouldn't call it generic because we're putting it in the good category, but still. Okay, so we had...
Good can be generic. It's just...
Yeah.
It's an issue of us playing so many games more than is an issue with the game itself.
It doesn't have enough to, like, pop. Okay, so... Let's see. Just to wrap up what we've done so far. We did 19XX. Then we did 1944. Then 1945. And then 1945-2. Sequel 1945, which you call 1946. So this is Word? I think. This is a Jellicoe game. And this is Loud. Also P1947. So yes, we are going up the numbers.
Great. So the war raged on.
Well, except the problem is, oh, this is more of a, it's a model number. P1947, which I believe is the Phantom Fighter, which I believe is an actual ship. Or not ship, but like. So this is 1988. So we're going quite a bit backwards in terms of years. So hopefully that doesn't speak badly of it. Got a jazzy tune. God, that sound effect for the shot, though.
It's pretty bad.
Like, I could have sworn I had a toy at some point that made that exact noise. Oh, whoops. Also one thing that this does that, kind of like that game Titan Warriors did, is basically when you die, you can still move Death Sprite.
Good.
So what the hell is this? So I don't know if you can tell from the actual game, but I have a standard shot and a sub weapon, which this is my sub weapon. It's kind of bad. Ooh, one.
God, this 10-second loop is really not even 10 seconds. But 5.
Ugh. Okay, hold on 1 second. I need to turn that down. Remember how to do that. Okay, that's decent. Completed. Oh, this is 1988.
it definitely feels like it.
Oh god. I could see this being somewhat impressive for 1988.
Yeah.
But 2018, not really. Especially these sound effects. Like, they're not, like, super noteworthy, but it is... These sound effects. Okay, hold on. Just pay attention to the sound that my shot hitting this thing. Oh, it went away.
No effect.
It was just a... Like, I'm sure we've definitely played games that had worse, but...
Oh, yes, we have. But this doesn't make
it is
sense.
just really funny to me, just that... Just that... Like... I'm gonna be completely honest, this game's not terrible.
No, it's
But
not
it is...
bad.
It is... okay.
Yeah. Aggressively okay.
Like, it is the okay that we can compare. Okay, why do we put, if we're saying that the 1940, the games we've taken a look at so far are generic, even though we put them in blue, or put them in the good category, this is the kind of game where the reason why this is probably good, this is definitely going in the green.
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely green, without a doubt.
Okay, so yeah, that is P47, the Phantom Fighter. So let's take a look to see where we can put it by. Let's see. How about... How about above Phelios and below Super Star Soldier?
Yeah, that feels about right.
Although, that's going to change. I was like, okay, maybe I should put it above Superstar Soldier so that I can reclaim the 147 slot, except that's not going to work. Also, it's going to change. So, yeah, 147.1. Oh, not divided by 1. Almost forgot what the name of the game was. E47. Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Phantom Fighter. 42. Horizontal shooter. Calico. Arcade. 1988. All right. Also, I want to check something real quick.
Careful, you might be transplant.
No, it's because I was on that. It's because I was on that cell and I was scrolling up. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. We've only been streaming for an hour. And we've already gone through 5 games.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of want to prove a point that this is not just World War II-ish kind of shmups. So I'm actually... This isn't going to be ranking because we've already ranked this. But I, now after playing that, I have the urge to play a different game. When we know I play it for about 10 minutes. Once I figure out what the stupid window is. To prove that you definitely can do a World War II-ish, except in this case, World War I-ish game very well. I find it. Play a little bit of this. Sky Kid Deluxe. Just to prove that you can do this kind of game good.
Oh yeah, this game again.
Okay. Also, always love that mechanic.
Yes, it's really good.
Oh, I almost. Because yeah, you can definitely tell that this is World War One because the two characters are straight up named Blue Max and Red Baron.
Yep.
Also, this seems really good. Also, one of the only cases I can think of a shmup that scrolls from right to left. I can do this. Oh, no, I can't. Although I do believe if I suicided into the ship that will actually can't count as a bomb. Although...
Yeah, I think so.
Sopwith? I've never heard of Sopwith. Okay. Well, that's right, that doesn't work. You can't roll forwards. I mean, you can if you do that, but... Also, one little thing about the sprite that I never noticed until I actually looked at the art, but if you... If you see the little yellow bit on the plane...
Yeah?
That is our character's beak, because we are birds.
Oh, right. We're birds.
I saw that and I'm like, oh, hey, that makes a lot more sense now. Oh, you can't kill those. Oh, that's right, they turn into poop in this one. In the original Sky Kid, they would turn into, what are those things called? The Lucky Cats. Oh, oh. Nope, that's... I want to say there's something you can do on that stage to get Santa to a hoop here. Also, I don't think that's how you spell simultaneous. Think about that doesn't look right. Probably is right. It just. But yeah, that was Sky Kid Deluxe. I just wanted to take a little diversion from the other games we've been playing. So on to the next, which is actually going to be the last game we're going to look at. And I bet you this one, we're probably going to take a look at the whole thing. So this isn't numbered at all. But, well, I meant it. So yeah, this is Progear. I didn't mean to unveil that quite yet. But this is enough. Well, it's a kind of Capcom game. But
Nice.
much like 1944, this is actually a cave game.
Well then.
And yeah, this is Progear. So
I
this
hate that title font card thing.
Yeah, this is definitely not an actual like World War II thing. But it kind of has the, as you can kind of see here, it has a little bit of the design. And you can so this is one of the rare cave horizontal games. In fact, this game actually shares a lot of similarities with the other more notable cave horizontal. So it is very similar to Death Smiles.
Oh boy, are you ready to get surprised again?
I hope not, but let's go. Oh, also, it didn't say. Oh, actually, I'm going to do something first. Oh, ignore this. Because there's something that I want to turn on that for some reason is not turned off by default. Configuration. Oh, what am I going to turn? Free play. Turn the game. It's actually set pretty low for an arcade game, which is kind of surprising. I'm going to give us more ships. I'm going to turn on the rapid fire because for some reason Cave, up until like, say, probably about 2004-ish for Cave shooters, they don't turn this on by default. But the third button, because if you have an arcade machine that's a third button, the button that basically is like how every one of their games has a hold the button down, move slower, but shoot more rapidly. And also the rapid fire button, which is the shoot rapidly, but also move faster. For some reason, that is not turned on by default. So I want to turn that on. Because as you will see, that will kind of help. Okay. So, we have a choice of two ships, the Gambler and the Militant. Basically,
We of course gotta go with the full anime.
we kind of have to go with the Gambler. Also, there's another reason why it might have to do with a game we will take a look at much later on. Also, we have three different kind of things. So,
I kind of like the third type. Just seems interesting with the way.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it is a cave game through and through. So here we have our standard. Here's our normal shot. Here is our move, slow, and have this kind of aiming thing. Like if you remember, if you remember Death Smiles, the kind of homing radius kind of thing. Kind of similar, but a lot more wide. Like it doesn't just affect the circle; it's the entire screen. And if you're shooting the slow shot and you let go of it, any medals that appear on screen you will instantly collect. Also bad. Yeah, and this also, much like other cave shooters, you have a incredibly tiny hitbox. Which I'm not, the problem with that is I'm not exactly 100% certain where exactly on the ship it is. but I am going to assume it is roughly where the pilot would sit.
Yeah, that seems like a thing Cave would put it. I do like the art.
Yeah, it is a very fancy looking game. Oh, also we do have a bomb attack, which kind of weird because it's like it shoots forward really slowly, but it will kind of like dig into the thing first, or not first, but yeah.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, this is why I wanted the rapid shot on. Well, actually, I think that is the thing. Also looks hurt. So I don't know what the lovely mechanic is, and I'm kind of a bit worried about it, but it's there, and I'm assuming it has something to do with scoring.
That are endings.
Yeah, I bet I would not be surprised if this game has a second loop.
So far, this is looking like the best game of the night, honestly.
It is. I can already say it is the best game of the night. By far. Which is funny, because when I first played this game, because like when I was first getting into MAME, it's like, oh, it's this Capcom shooter that's kind of side-scrolling. That's kind of neat. And this was before I really got into bullet hell and kind of understood how they work. So I'm like, God, this is impossible. There's all these bullets on the screen. How do you dodge this? And now that I play this, now that I've played more cave shooters, this yeah, I forgot about those. And Toho. But yes, I actually have a much better understanding of how these games kind of work.
Incremental dodging.
Yes. Oh, damn. Thought I had that.
Yeah. So that does prove the point that the pilot spot is where your hitbox is, then. Gabriel Hammer.
Yeah, some of these boss designs, or at least the people in the boss designs, are really good. Also, the bomb seems to be a really good way to get medals. Oh, good. Suicide bullets. Guess what? Yeah, because you can see I dodged through that. I don't know exactly how, but I did. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This guy has a couple forms. Oh, damn. Oh. Also, oh, that's different. Oh, yeah, this part's great.
There's that bullet hell.
See, there you can see the pixel box. Yeah, I definitely can see this being Cave's best horizontal shooter. Granted, they don't exactly have a whole lot of them, but still.
It seems like that whole lovely thing seems to be like some way to
yeah, it is something about like how you're playing, like it's yeah, some sort of like, oh hey, you didn't die, or some other way of doing bonuses that I don't know because I haven't looked it up. Oh yeah, Kai Katana, which yeah, I gotta figure out some way to get that. Especially with their whole region-free thing, which actually, speaking of which, actually just got it today, but I now have a copy of Mushihime-sama Futari sitting right next to me now. I just gotta figure out a way to play it. Hello.
Welcome. Hello. made it time for the best game of the night.
Yeah.
Also the last game.
Nice. I'm glad work was terrible. Perfect. Nothing. Does that mean like everything beforehand was shit?
Not so much shit, but more kind of meh.
A solid meh.
I mean, they ended up in like the good slot, but
Okay.
it's
But nothing phenomenal.
yeah. More games than the 1940 franchise and a couple more Psycho games.
Neat.
Which actually we only have, there's actually only one more game that we have not looked at. Well, technically two, but I'm not looking at, I'm probably not going to take a look at the iOS game.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
definitely
that would
giving me like Battalion Wars or what's it called?
Metal Slug?
Yeah, Metal Slug vibe.
Is that a puppet?
I think that's a puppet. This man has a puppet. Howdy Doody's gonna commit war crimes.
It does, okay, so it does seem like our bomb uses up gems.
Ah,
So I guess that's some sort of way to, like as a scoring thing to avoid using bombs or something.
yeah. I've had shooting pills.
What the heck? Now that is why you need the rapid fire shot
Yeah.
rather than the kind of micro dodging kind of thing. Also, that's why you need. Oh, that came out a lot faster than I was expecting.
Yeah. It is nice that you just get like a max up when you.
Yep, it is very much a traditional cave thing.
But apparently you can change position of your option.
Oh, I can.
Bomb hitting bomb and shotting bomb at the same time.
Well,
It's
once.
like a bit of a bad.
It
God.
it might be just I'm reading through this. It might be just certain you.
I'm trying to. What?
It might just be when you're.
Oh, he's
doing
hiding
select-
behind the puppet.
Nice.
And
but
the
it might just
puppet
be
was going, stop trying to hide behind me.
Okay, so.
Is it?
Well, it seems like our option is actually kind of It's kind of moving as we shoot.
There you go.
It might be when you're selecting the character in character selection.
Oh, that could be.
They're saying if player one presses like start, I think. On
Oh,
part-
that
yeah,
that
101.
that sounds like a character select kind of thing.
Yeah, then
Actually-
you can also give an alternate costume,
Yeah.
which
Oh.
yeah,
Huh. Oh, do they show pictures of it?
I don't find any on the site on
Okay.
Harvard.
I wonder if
don't
that's
feel like
looking
I
it
don't
up.
feel like searching because yeah.
After Death Smiles. Although with Capcom at the helm of this, or at the publishing end, I don't know how much they would want of that in here. God damn. Yeah, this game is very neat. And I really like what it does, even though I have repeatedly died to him. I really like this game's patterns.
Yeah, they seem fun.
Yeah.
It's very, like, it's pastel colored, but it looks nice.
I mean, I actually like pastels.
Yeah, like, it's not bad.
Like, especially for a game of this kind of, like, not theme, but, or like they could have gotten a lot
not
more
gritty.
darker, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I wish pastels were used a bit more and stuff.
Also, one thing I like about this game that there's certain cave, like, when Cave decides that it's like, oh, hey, why don't we make nice and have all the bullets be the same color? That also is a really nice thing because there are definitely games that they violate that, and it really is annoying.
Yeah, and it's like they're a nice bright blue that is distinct from
Yes,
everything else.
much like how Mushihime-sama, how everything was purple, which did not clash at all with the background. Everything being blue here is really nice. Oh, that. Are we fighting? What is her face from Wolfenstein?
Her Fraulein?
Yeah, no, I don't think it was Fraulein. What was?
It started with an F. I just can't remember.
Was it Engels?
Frau Angles.
Yeah.
Angles.
You might be fighting her, yeah.
Did we blow up half her faces?
Now, to be fair, you didn't blow up half her face in New Order.
Or didn't she blow?
You got control of a giant robot and you kind of crushed her skull.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
I need to finish New Colossus. Thanks for reminding me. On this weekend that I have an exam before an exam.
Perfect timing. Oh, that's a pattern. That's a pattern.
Oh, that is a cool pattern.
Yes. Ooh. Because it's not going to be a fun exam, I can tell you that.
I'd imagine once you've gotten past the 4-year mark, I'd imagine they're not fun.
Yeah, it's mathematical economics too.
Oh, perfect.
I need to well, I know how Lagrangians work. They're not the problem. Getting anything useful out of them is the problem.
Ooh, that's a nice attack.
Yes.
These are really good patterns.
What platform was this on?
This is an arcade game.
Oh, nice.
I also like that they give you if you like start a new game after running out of lives. Here's this nice max power.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
just one thing too to collect. It's not
Yeah,
like,
like
oh, you have
and
to
like
go
what's this? Okay, this looks complex. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look. Oh. Okay.
You did your best.
The gloves are off now.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Also, I like the fact that
rules.
I like all the whole thing with. I really like that kind of ranking screen.
Yes.
How many stages in this game?
I like this.
I'd imagine not very many more because cave games are never very long.
No.
In fact, they almost always have 5 stages, except for a couple.
Cave is very much to me is like the it's short, but then you replay it to try to get
Yes,
a
these
better
are
story.
scoring games. Which normally we don't.
Just continues and whatnot.
Yeah, we normally don't focus on scoring, which is kind of the weird thing about us doing especially since a lot of, like, if you look at a lot of other shmup stuff, a lot of the review stuff is like basically scoring things, but that is something we tend not to focus on.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of casuals. Of course we don't care.
I have played this game for a grand.
Filthy
I have usually played these games for a grand total of about maybe, if it's a game I'm familiar with, maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, but even like Giant Bomb with their ranking of fighters, I don't think like most of the people are as invested
Also,
as like, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say even that. Well, especially since I mean that is kind of the inspiration for this whole thing.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit more of, I wouldn't say tongue in cheek, but even that is definitely still not a. I don't want to use the term academic, but like they're not trying to be like super serious about it. Like why they have not, why they ranked SVC Chaos before any of the other Capcom vs. SNK games, or why they just straight up looked at Tattoo Assassins.
Yeah, they did actually do that, which is impressive, considering that I thought that the only people who knew about it were like the Retsupre people, or people who watched Retsupre, because
No, well,
oh, shit.
Yeah, that.
Alright, there we go.
I thought they had some sort. They probably knew someone who worked on that, just given their
Probably.
weird. their weird sort of.
They know a lot of
Oh,
people.
God damn it!
Oop.
Ignore that. Ignore me accidentally hitting the home button on the stupid shield controller. Which is actually, yeah, because as I've said, I said this on the previous episode, but yeah, I'm using an NVIDIA Shield to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm using one of their newer controllers, which, what are you?
President Leonard Drill.
Who is apparently a goat man.
Nice.
This seems like this is final
You're in
boss.
hell. A goat man in hell. A Satan.
Well, there's no contact damage with the actual enemy thing because they're so huge.
Yeah.
Also, there's an it's one of these.
Oh no.
Do it. You can do it.
Okay. Nope, went too far. Yeah, I am getting final boss vibes from this thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it is also President.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh, this would. Oh man, and that being at an angle is fun.
Yes. It's really good. I like that.
I would assume a bullet killed me instead of contact. Oh, that does that. That's. No, there's contact damage.
When it does the ramming.
No, I think there's just contact damage normally.
Okay.
But it's just that usually it's not that big a deal.
It summons the orbs.
Nope.
Close.
Okay. Okay. Let's try this again.
This song is really reminding me of the lava caverns in Metroid Prime. That's
Yeah. I can kind of see that.
The music's been good in general for this game, though.
yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, that's close.
Now that is the thing of like, okay, the problem with me not knowing exactly where my hitbox is. God, where is it?
Oh no!
It's everywhere.
Okay, I think I'm pretty sure it is the dead center of the ship.
Yeah. It looked like maybe it was a little bit
Oh,
up.
no, it's maybe a forward.
No?
Which one of these multitudes of pixels is the one that if I touch the bullet? Also, the fact is that it probably has the thing where the bullet is itself only has a pixel hitbox.
That might also be true.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Risk, but annoying.
It is fine until you remember. Oh yeah, that is a thing that cave shmups do.
Yes.
And where's the hitbox? I'd assume that the hitbox on that is the dead center of the circle. Okay, that's a good picture.
Go.
Oh, yep.
Ah, we're Star Wars now.
Oh. Oh. What?
Just animate that.
What?
The ghosts of all of your dads. All of the dads are gonna save you.
God, I love that looping sound effect.
Yeah.
Good. Our comrade. Oh, right, because you missed the opening where basically we got shipped off basically as they came and firebombed the fuck out of our base.
Yep.
Nice. 10 years have passed.
What?
Why do you have like a little dinosaur? In the shape and tiny Brontodon.
Are we sure that we're the Colonel, right? Or is that another
I
character?
don't know.
I have no clue, so don't ask me.
Okay, so yeah, that's Progear.
Solid.
Let's see. Actually, let's take a look. Okay, so we have. Oh,
Bolt. Ring.
there. Okay.
Oh, it is a lizard.
Huh.
And you can play as chain, nail, rivet.
Yep. Cantrip. Okay, so. Also, I'd assume that, and that doesn't seem to do. Okay, so that is that's yeah, that's Progear. Also, hold on,
It is.
I need to take a look at them real quick.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, solid.
I'm kind of curious about something real quick. That's not the website.
I mean, that's solidly in if not like
Well,
high blue, middle like lower purple.
I think it's going purple.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure that's going purple. I just want to take a quick look. See if I go to arcade endings, Progear. Oh, so okay, so we actually got the ending for the second loop.
Oh, neat.
And yeah, there is a different ending depending for each of the 6 different combinations of character and
Fantastic.
pilot, or like gunner and pilot.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently Chain becomes a professional and also there's a special ending, which let's see what's the special ending. Oh, so excuse me, what? This
Take your time.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, it does look like the special ending changes the ending just a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be a huge amount. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes, let's go ahead and actually rank this thing.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look, because let's take a look at the top blue. Because, yeah, top blue is Bosconian, Aicho, and Nikki. In the NES version of Section Z. I would definitely say that that's above those.
Yes.
Especially since the arcade
like-
version of Bosconian.
I would say I liked it more than Death Smiles.
Yeah.
Let's see, Death Smiles. So we're at 47. Let's see.
I would probably play it over Einhander.
Okay, so what about, say...
That's what I said, at least.
Because let's see. Just another cave comparison. Fever SOS.
Oh, this is a better game than Fever SOS.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with that going above. It's probably better than Pop and Twinbee.
Mm-hmm.
Probably better than, say... I would say it's probably better than Metal Black.
Yeah.
Probably better than Medical Chase.
Mm-hmm.
What about Eco Fighters?
I see it as being very similar to Eco Fighters.
Yes.
Kind of, especially since you do have a thing that you can loop around and kind of... It's very similar. Well, not very similar. Like, Eco Fighters definitely has a different tone.
There's some similarities, yeah.
Like it... Because let's see.
They were both published by Capcom, right?
They're both published by Capcom, but Progear is actually developed by Cave.
Yes. When did Progear come out?
I believe it was 2000.
Oh, okay.
Not 2000, it's 99.
I think I'd play Eco Fighters just because it's a bit more lighthearted.
That
Like,
also it is a bit
more of a, but like they're both very solid games.
yeah. Because here, like, okay, so if we're gonna like just trying to compare somewhat apples or apples, compared to like Boogie Wings.
Yeah. I think
I would
maybe
kind of
play Boogie Wings over it.
Yeah, because I would too, especially because just the charm of that game, and also it's a lot more. Well, it's just more fun to play.
Yeah, I'm not straining my eyes, dodging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Terra Diver, which
That's
either of you were
the
around.
Cyberpunk one, right?
That was the 3D. That's one we actually played twice.
Yes.
It was the one that was like the super corporate looking Japanese characters all over the screen one.
Okay, yeah, that one. I was
Yeah.
Which, yeah, because here's the thing. Yeah, if we put it, so that puts it. If we're not saying it's above that, then putting it below Eco Fighters, yeah, that sounds about right. Puts that one Progear, not Progear. Ori. Cave. Arcade. Go look up to see whether or not 99 or 2000. No, not Progear Rental, and no, not the exercise bike. That was actually 2001.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was Cave's first horizontal shmup until Death Smiles in 2007. Yep, and okay. Also, the Progear apparently is based on the name of the ship. Okay, so basically, also it does list this what this gunner relationship kind of thing is.
Okay.
The active thing is based on when the gunner mode is used, which I believe is the slow shot. Safe
Right.
is as you would expect, is based on is a bonus that is if you do not lose any lives. And lovely is actually based on the average of the two.
Neat.
So
So that
there
means-
it is six. It is there are 6 tiers of it. So basically, it goes up. Ratings accumulated between stages. The higher lovely levels. Okay, so higher lovely levels increases bomb's penetration, which can increase score. Furthermore, lovely affects the attacks of the enemy units in the upcoming stage. The game's ending, and the game's ending between the pilot and the gunner. So I would assume that the special ending is only activated when you have the highest rank of lovely. Also, apparently, there is some differences between the two loops. Basically, it's the kind of things you would expect. Okay. Yeah. So that's Progear.
Yeah.
All in all, generally good night.
Yeah.
Even if we
Yeah.
both seem, even if we both seemed fairly
It
meh about things.
also just compared to the different. It also probably has a factor to do with the fact that the last episode we had was a bunch of not so great stuff. But
Yeah.
the fact that it not so great stuff, and the fact that a lot of it was worse, but which tend to be more notable. Whereas this was, oh, it's good.
You act.
That didn't work. Okay. I can't take it from the front. I forgot how formulas work. Let's try this again. There we go.
All right.
So let's see if any changes happened. Oh, tails. Well, okay, so that's not going to change. I think Star Force got knocked down.
Yeah, Star Force got knocked.
Yeah.
Which
Zero Wing got knocked down.
Zero Wing got knocked down. I think Dragon Breed got knocked down.
Yeah, Dragon.
Draconian's still the same. That, and also this isn't going to change. Yeah, we have 260. I don't think that's. I think that's right because next 100 milestone. Oh yeah, that actually is probably right because we have 40 more games. And I think, yeah, that's right. There's an episode coming up that I think only has 3 games in it. Because they're all roguelike-ish.
Fun. Ah, fun.
So, yeah. Anyway, that will do it for tonight. Tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon, I will be doing another milestone stream. I will be toying around with an actual MSX.
Oh boy.
Oh
Fun.
Lord.
So
I'm gonna miss that, but
so yeah, a lot of early Konami games and some other. Yeah, so that might be interesting. But that will do it for tonight. So have a good night, stream.
good night, stream.
Good night, stream.